deal out the cards for a new match, 2 new decks of cards, and a new player on Card Sharks. Rini Maynor. Hello, Rini. Welcome.
Thank you.
You are very seasonally dressed there.
Yes, I am.
Why don't you tell us about yourself?
Okay. My name is Maureen Maynor, but please don't call me that. Please call me Rini.
Okay, Rini.
I'm born and raised in Tacoma, Washington, but for the last 3.5 years, my husband and I have lived here in Southern California. We live in the booming town of Cucamonga. And I'm a former hairdresser turned secretary. I'm a former secretary turned housewife, and now I'm a mommy. I have an 11-month-old boy.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you relaxed and ready to go?
I don't think so.
You've cut your deck of cards?
Yes, I have.
Then you're all set. Good luck and relax. You're among friends.
Thank you.
Rini, you'll play the lower cards, the blue cards, while Jorge plays the upper cards, the red cards. Jorge, we asked 100 bachelors. You're a bachelor. Have you ever had to hide one girlfriend's clothes when another girlfriend came over? How many bachelors said they've had to do that?
Well. My personal experience, I would have to say, yes, it has happened to me a couple of times. I don't know how often it happens to other people.
A couple of times, huh?
My friends don't really talk about that very much, you know. But it should be a rather just average number. Let's say around 50 is just right there in the middle. 50 of them.
50 bachelors have had to hide one girl's clothes when another girl came over, Rini.
I'm a straight-laced girl, and I go by my hopes. I hope it is lower.
If it's lower, you'll go to the board first, Rini, and the actual number of bachelors who've had to hide one girlfriend's clothes when another came over is... Your hopes are right. It's 19, Rini. It's lower. And you start off with...
I'll take it. I want the next card, please, to be lower.
Lower than a king. It is an 8.
No, please.
Taking that one card advantage, you want to freeze. Your first question, Rini. We asked 100 congressmen in Washington, D.C. This is a fascinating poll. I'm always interested in the questions to the congressmen. We asked the congressman, do you think the Air Force knows more about flying saucers than it's telling the public? How many congressmen said, yes, they do?
Oh, well, if I was a congressman, I would. I think the Air Force wants to cover up as much as they can about it because I think it is very possibly true. Out of 100, I think that probably 67 would want to admit it.
She says that 67 congressmen think the Air Force is covering up the stories about flying saucers, Jorge.
Politicians are unpredictable people, really unpredictable. You never know whether they're saying the truth or they're just building it up. So it's really hard, it's really tough questions. But I'm gonna go for just a little bit lower than that, actually.
Lower.
I think it's a little bit lower than that, yeah.
Well, the actual number of congressmen who think the Air Force knows more about flying saucers than it's telling the public is 45. It is a little lower, Jorge.
It's my turn.
Still, you realize that is almost half the congressmen think the Air Force is covering up, and that's a little frightening. Jorge, your base card is a queen.
And I keep that one. And I'm gonna play the next one lower.
Lower than a queen. Yes, a 10.
I play and I go for lower than that.
Taking the risk lower than a 10. No, a jack. And the risk does not pay off. It gives Rini a chance to play off the 8 and call this.
I will guess that it will be lower.
Lower than an 8. No, it's a jack. Couldn't take advantage of it. And as Janice fills in the spaces, Jorge, question 3 goes to you. We asked 100 New York City cab drivers. Has anyone ever jumped into your cab and said, follow that car? How many have heard that immortal line?
I've seen it in the movies many times. I guess everybody has, but actually do it in real life, I don't think it's that many, really. I would say it's a low number of around, 30. 30 would be a good number.
30 cab drivers have heard the line, follow that car, Rini.
I think this is a world that's oriented by what happens on TV and in the movies, and I don't think it's really true. I think it's lower.
Lower than that, even.
Yes.
The actual number of cab drivers who have had someone jump in their cab and say, follow that car is 40, not lower. Jorge. Well, you've got a queen, Jorge.
I'll play it again. I'll call it lower. Once more.
Lower than a queen. Yes, an 8.
Oh, I'm gonna freeze there. I'm gonna freeze.
Freezing it.
Yeah.
Jorge needs 3 cards with an 8. Rini needs 3 cards with an 8. And sudden death. Rini, we asked 113-year-old boys. Very simply, 13-year-old boys, do you like girls? How many boys said yes, they do?
I have a nephew who's almost that age, and I don't think he likes girls. I don't know. Out of 100, it's got to be a low number at that age. Let's say 30.
30. 13-year-old boys said yes, they like girls, Jorge.
I was going crazy about girls when I was 13, and so were all my friends. It's going to be higher than that for sure.
The actual number of 13-year-old boys who like girls is 97. Jorge, you're right. Jorge, with an 8, you need 3 cards. Rini has an 8, and she needs 3, and your decision. Play it or pass it?
Pass it.
Pass it. Rini, you've got to play off the 8. You need them all to win. One mistake in the game is Jorge's. Call this.
Higher.
Higher than an 8. An 8! Very much higher. Lower than an ace. For the game, higher. Oh, wow. Ace, deuce, ace. And game 1 to the challenger with great cards. Game 2 coming up right after this. Don't go away. Sensational cards. Wow. Our challenger, Rini Maynor, with some sensational cards. Won game number 1. Same 2 decks of cards. Janice is dealing them out for game 2. And the question to you, Jorge. We asked 100 mailmen across the country. Very interesting question for mailmen. Before you deliver a copy of Playboy magazine, do you ever peek at the centerfold? How many mailmen admitted they do?
I think it's a rather low number for one very simple reason. Those magazines are sealed. There's no way you can open them without breaking the seal. So it has to be a low number. I'd say it's going to be about 30.
I don't know if they're sealed or not. It may be different in different places.
Okay,
Jorge.
well, I do it that way. I think, and anyway, I'm sure they have a subscription to Playboy anyway, so everybody does. So it's going to be a low number. 30.
30 mailmen take a peek at Playboy. Rini?
Well, I don't know anything about Playboy. I wouldn't know if it was sealed or not. What did you say?
Someone in the audience said no, they're not.
Well, mailmen are men, so maybe it is higher. Let's go with that.
Even higher than that. Let's find out. The actual number of mailmen who take a peek at the centerfold before they deliver is 75. Wow.
Thank you.
75. Well, see, we've just done our public service message for the day. If you're wondering why your mail was late, friends, Rini, you're starting with a 9.
Oh, I do not want that 9.
You can change it. You won the question. You've got a 3.
Oh, right. Okay, that's wonderful. Let's go higher, please.
Higher than a 3. Yes, a 7.
Freeze.
Freezing it for that
Don't
1-card
know.
advantage. And the question goes to you, Rini. We found 100 house husbands. These are all men who stay home and take care of the house and kids while their wife works. And we asked the house husbands, right now, does your kitchen floor have waxy yellow buildup? How many house husbands said yes?
Hey, my kitchen can have waxy buildup. Sure, how about 72?
72 house husbands have waxy yellow buildup, Jorge.
They wouldn't admit it, even if it was true. They wouldn't admit that. So it has to be a lower number than that. I'll go lower.
Lower.
I wouldn't admit
The actual
that.
number of house husbands whose kitchen floor has waxy yellow buildup is 18. You're right, Jorge. It's much lower. And your base card is a king.
Fantastic. And the next one's going to be lower.
Lower than a king. It is a 3.
Higher.
Higher than a 3. A 10.
And I freeze right there.
Freezing it. Jorge needs 2 cards. Rini needs 3 cards. And we're going to take time out for a brief commercial pause. We're back with a couple of nice people, Rini and Jorge. Yeah, we're talking about that's true with the house husbands. I guess it's all in your point of view. You'd look down at the floor and say, my floor looks all right. Who's
Yeah.
going to admit that it's messed up that way?
That's true.
You're good players. So the challenger leads. The champion's got to make a comeback. We're in the middle of an exciting game, and it's a good time to say we'll see you next time on Card Sharks. Bye-bye.
There's only that one special person that can help you ring in the new year. It's Dick. It's the New Year's Eve $100,000 Pyramid Marathon with 10 hours of your favorite New Year's Eve host, Dick Clark. The New Year's Eve $100,000 Pyramid Marathon, December 31st, starting at noon, 11 Central, only on GSN.